Let's talk about it. Nobody else want to do it. I gotta do it, brother. We're gonna talk about wealth creation. How to become wealthy, man. Wealth starts within the first part of your mind. So you gotta switch your mind from an employee to a boss. And the first thing is freeing up your time. See, time is the critical element of all things. And you can't create wealth unless you have control of your time. Because the ability to have control of your time allows you to move in different ways that people who are typically employed don't be able to move. So if you look at it, you got 24 hours in a day. The average person works about 8 hours a day if they work at a job. So off of that, you sleep 8 hours. So we got about 16. So you really have 8 hours, and then you take away food, dry time, all this stuff. You really got about 6 hours if you're trying to do the entrepreneur thing part time. But then you got to actually add the component of energy. So how much energy drain are you taking from working at a job? See, one of the things that people don't understand about your job is that it's doing something that you don't necessarily want to do, and your time is linked to it. So the time drag and the energy drag of having to be someplace you don't want to be, do something that you don't want to do, is really hurtful in the long run because it conditions you to basically not try as hard because you're trying to slowly work in such a slow, efficient pace, so the time drags out easier over 8 hours. Like, it's hard to work 8 hours straight doing something where you're getting paid like $15 an hour, $20 an hour, and even if your performance is great, typically it's not going to get you paid more. So the first aspect is you gotta lower your cost. Whatever your cost is, you gotta figure out how can I get to the point where I'm working a part-time job. One of the key elements I learned as a young man, I'm gonna put this in the guide, is you want to learn how to get jobs that don't require a lot of responsibility and let you have a lot of free time if you do have a job. You don't want to try to climb the corporate ladder. See, the problem with the corporate ladder is you're going to be stuck climbing it forever. And the higher you get, the harder and more energy it takes to get to the highest level. And then even then, you're never safe because then you're at the mercy of your employer and all of this stuff. So I always recommend take low leverage jobs that allow you to have a lot of free time. So like substitute teaching was one of the big one that I used to do. Referee, things that I can get paid a lot for a short amount of time. So like when I used to referee basketball games and football games, you make $100, $120 working like a 2 hour shift, 3 hours maybe at the maximum. So compared to like the average job, if you work 8 hours and you're getting paid however much, $20 an hour, that's 160 after taxes. You worked 8 hours compared to like if you work 2 hours and you might play like do a basketball game, you just made all that money there. So figure out like high leverage skills that can get you jobs that are like not as time requirement. This is when you start to acquire that skill set. Another good one is substitute teaching. Substitute teaching is excellent because even though you gotta be there, you're not really doing anything. So you got 8 hours to kind of work for yourself. So it's like double whammy. And that's how I got a huge acceleration in my growth as far as learning how to generate wealth, build wealth, and building up side businesses and stuff because I was working as a substitute teacher. All you gotta do is you call roll. And if you're working with high school kids, like the high school kids just kind of sit there and they don't do shit. And you basically can just chill, work on yourself, read, write, study, and pretty much build yourself up to get to the point where you can work for yourself. The next aspect of the wealth creation is you got to find things that people don't want to do. That's the easiest way you're going to make money. Find things that people don't want to do or they can't do. They're like high leverage skills. So for example, like I mount TVs. I do security systems, cameras, smart home automation, all types of shit. And most people don't want to do it because most people don't have experience doing it. So they get very terrified of trying to do it and like saying smoking their TV or messing up their electrical. There's a bunch of things that people have fear of. So like for a TV, for example, I charge like $150 to put a TV up. It takes me 30 minutes. 30 minutes to put a TV up. Now, the hardest part of doing that is not putting the TV up, it's finding people that need the TV. So then you got to figure out the marketing aspect. How do I get people to know that I can do something they can't do? Well, you show them the problem. Hey, look, do you need to have your TV up and you're scared of it getting fucking broken? Well, call me up. I'll come fix it for you. I'll do it pretty rarely cheap. And you won't have to worry about it falling out. And when you can do that with several things, like say for power washing, like a driveway, for hauling stuff away, assembling furniture, doing things that people don't want to do, they're going to pay you a premium because they can't do it. So it either doesn't get done or they pay to get it done. Or they could try doing it themselves, which is going to take a long time because, once again, if you got experience doing it, you understand how long it takes to get something done. And you understand how long the skill set takes to build it. So, for example, like my first TV probably took me an hour to do. Then I rapidly got better. hour, got down to 45 minutes, got down to 30 minutes. Now I can get it down to like 15 minutes and I'm done. I can just look at the wall, figure it out. Put TV up, done. Average person, when they tell me, dude, it took me like 4 hours to get this TV up. I said, what? So you got to think about it. They're paying you so they don't have to sit there for 4 hours and try to do it. They look at it. They look at the cost benefit analysis. They say, it might take me 4 hours. I'm probably not gonna get it right. It might fall down. I'd rather just call a guy to come do it for me. It just save myself the trouble. And that's all really business is for the most part, is figuring out how to do shit that people don't want to do and then show them that you can do it very well. That's it. That's all the game is. And so once you understand your skill set, once you be able to create a skill set, you get good at it, you know what you're doing, then you have to understand in your mind, there's always going to be an opportunity to make money. Because there's so many people, especially if you live in a city, there's so many people that need assistance with stuff. So many people. Old people, young people, married people. Everybody has different constraints that don't allow them to be able to do everything. So if you can come in and do it for them at a pretty affordable price, they're going to hire you. They don't really have an option. Because the other option is it doesn't get done, or they try to do it themselves and they fuck it up. And so that's really like the whole lesson of like wealth, man, generating a business. That's it. You got to take that risk and understand it's not going to happen right away. But the harder you work, the more smarter you work, the easier it becomes to make money. Like I'm telling you guys, once you learn how to use a power drill, I try to preach the lesson of the power drill. The power drill will change your life and revolutionize the way you look at things. Because so many people don't have the ability to, first of all, they're not going to buy all the tools necessary to go do most jobs. And then secondly, they don't have the experience or the knowledge to be able to do such jobs. So they never get things done. So they got to call you. It's like, think about it like this. Like, say you want sushi. Anybody can go make sushi. But the reason you go to the sushi place is because those people make sushi every day. Every day they get up, they go to that job or go to that restaurant, and they make sushi. So they're experts at making sushi. Now, can you make sushi yourself? Yeah, but now you got to go buy the fish. You got to go buy the rice paper, go get the little wraps. You got to learn what do you need, what ingredients. And so when you look at the time component of how long it takes for you to try to make a roll of sushi, and chances are it's not going to come out good the first time you do it, you're like, fuck that. I'd rather just go buy the sushi. Fuck it. I'll spend the fucking $50 to go get sushi. And just logic. And it's like the same thing with grocery stores, same thing with everything. The reason you pay higher prices for grocery stores is because if you want to go get meat yourself, you got to go have a ranch, a farm, go get the farm, buy a cow, raise the cow, slaughter the cow, prep the cow, and then go cook the cow. How long is that going to take? It takes a long ass time. So it's easier just to go buy the steak at the damn grocery store. And that's all business is. You're providing convenience. You're saving time, or you're saving energy, or you're saving money. That's all business is. If you can save time, energy, or money and get the people the result they're looking for by doing it, they will purchase from you. They will hire you. Because here's the thing. Rich people, or wealthy people, I should say, they have a different aspect of looking at life. They look at life such as, I want convenience. I don't care. I want to save my time. If I can save my time, it makes it much easier for me to go do other things like that make me more money, because the more time I save, the more time I have to generate wealth. It's like the same thing. Like when I started making my own business, it made my YouTube content better because I had more time to create YouTube videos. And when I have more time to create YouTube videos, that means I have a higher skill set, because now that I'm making YouTube videos, that's another stream of revenue that I can draw from. And then eventually, as I get really good at making YouTube videos, that's going to afford me more time, because the more people that listen, the more money I make, the more it frees up the rest of my schedule. So then I can put more of my time and energy into another skill that will make my YouTube channel even more interesting, or make my business better, or make my relationship better. And that's how life goes, man. That's how business is. That's how you generate wealth. It starts in the mind. You got to foresee. You got to see the vision and start behaving like you see the vision already. But you got to get the broke person's mentality, which is, I want to go somebody to take care of me, give me the money. Because if you want to get baby, listen, you're never going to be a great business or a great business owner. You're never going to be a great boss. Part of being a boss is there's expenditures. You got to pay. You have to pay the costs. Whether in time, energy, or money, you got to pay the cost. And if you're willing to pay the cost, you'll be an all right boss, because it only gets better with time. Your business will never get worse with time if you're putting effort into growing it and putting in your best effort to be the best person you could be. Because once again, business is a reflection of you. Like everything is a reflection of you. Like the more you take care of yourself, the more you read, the more you study, the more you build, the better your business is going to be in the future, because there's always a lag effect. And like right now, like I'm feeling my lag effect is starting to catch up now. I work with, I don't know, like 400 people, 500 people, I would say. And so now I'm getting referrals. People are coming back to me, double customers. So now I'm almost at a point where now I have to hire some people to help me like regulate my schedule, because now I'm getting back in it. Like my mind is overloaded with too many jobs. I gotta fucking get somebody to help me out to go basically help run the admin part of my business. But anyway, yeah, that's the thing about business, man. It starts up here. It starts up here, and once you can see it in your mind's eye, your body will follow suit, and then you just persevere, keep going, keep fighting, keep going, and eventually you get to the mountaintop.